Hello everyone, welcome to our compilation video. In case you missed any of the last 20 quizzes, you can catch up here or else you can simply revise. Let us begin.
In which of the following mercury is a constituent? Correct answer is cinnabar. Cinnabar is the most common mercury mineral and is the chief ore of the metal. It is mined extensively for the production of mercury. Aesthetic crystals of cinnabar, especially those from China, are very popular among mineral collectors. Cinnabar has been historically used as vermilion pigment. Which among the following is the first state in India to set up a Directorate of Social Audit? Correct answer is Andhra Pradesh. Across all 13 districts of Andhra Pradesh under NREGA, 54 social audits are conducted every month starting from July 2006. The scale and frequency of social audits on NREGA works in Andhra Pradesh are the first in India. Which among the following is the leaders of China's socio-political program Great Leap Forward and Cultural Revolution? Correct answer is Mao Zedong. Mao Zedong, also known as Chairman Mao, was a Chinese communist revolutionary who became the founding father of People's Republic of China, which he ruled as the chairman of Communist Party of China from its establishment in 1949 until his death in 1976. Headquarters of United Nations Environment Programme is located where? Correct answer is Nairobi. The United Nations Environment Programme was founded as a result of the United Nations Conference on the Human Environment in June 1972 and has its headquarters in Nairobi, Kenya. UNEP also has 6 regional offices in various countries. To catalyze the transition to a low carbon world, Climate Neutral Network or CNNet was launched in 2008 by which of the following? Correct answer is United Nations Environment Programme. The Climate Neutral Network is an initiative to catalyze international response to global warming and has been launched by the UNEP in cooperation with the UN Environment Management Group. RLVTD are a series of technology demonstration missions that have been conceived by ISRO as a first step towards realizing a two-stage to-orbit or TSTO fully reusable launch vehicle. What is the full form of RLVTD? Correct answer is Reusable Launch Vehicle Technology Demonstration. RLVTD is the first unmanned flying testbed developed for the Indian Space Research Organization's Reusable Launch Vehicle Technology Demonstration Program. It is a scaled-down prototype of an eventual two-stage to-orbit reusable launch vehicle. Which among the following publishes World Investment Report? Correct answer is United Nations Conference on Trade and Development. The World Investment Report has been published annually since 1991. Each year's report covers the latest trends in foreign direct investment around the world and analyzes in depth one selected topic related to foreign direct investment and development. Moon Mineralogy Mapper or M3 is an instrument providing the first high-resolution spatial and spectral map of the entire lunar surface to India's first mission to the moon, Chandrayaan-1, launched 22nd October 2008. It was contributed by who? Correct answer, National Aeronautics and Space Administration or NASA. The Moon Mineralogy Mapper is one of the two instruments that NASA contributed to India's first mission to the moon, Chandrayaan-1, launched in October 22, 2008. It is an imaging spectrometer and the team is led by Principal Investigator Carl Peters of Brown University and managed by NASA's Jet Propulsion Laboratory. Which of the following NGO releases State of Environment Report in India? Correct answer is Development Alternatives. Development Alternatives is a non-profit organization engaged in research and action for sustainable development. It was established in 1983. Development Alternatives believes that development, being a dynamic process, is all about evolving interrelationships between social and environmental factors, particularly interactions between nature, machines, institutions, and people. Headquarters of International Maritime Organization is located at London. The International Maritime Organization, known as the Intergovernmental Maritime Consultative Organization until 1982, is a specialized agency of the United Nations responsible for regulating shipping. Calamine lotion, which is used as an antipruritic or anti-itching agent to treat mild pruritic conditions, contains which of the following? Correct answer is zinc. Calamine, also known as calamine lotion, is a medication used to treat mild itchiness. Calamine is a combination of zinc oxide and 0.5% ferric oxide. The lotion is produced with additional ingredients such as phenol and calcium hydroxide. Calamine lotion has been used as far as 15,000 BC ago. Eutrophication is due to lack of oxygen and severe reduction in water quality, fish and other animal populations, which ultimately destroys the particular ecosystem. The main reason behind this is increased chemical nutrients and compounds containing nitrogen or phosphorus. So eutrophication or hypertrophication is when a body of water becomes overly enriched with minerals and nutrients which induce excessive growth of plants and algae. This process may result in oxygen depletion of the water body. Appleton layer is part of what? Correct answer is ionosphere. The F region of the ionosphere is home to the F layer of ionization, which is known as Appleton-Burnett layer, after the English physicist Edward Appleton and New Zealander Miles Burnett. Mustard gas, which is a cytotoxic vesicant chemical warfare agent with the ability to form large blisters on exposed skin, contains which of the following elements? Correct answer, sulfur. Sulfur mustard, commonly known as mustard gas, is the prototypical substance of the sulfur-based family of cytotoxic and vesicant chemical warfare agents known as the sulfur mustards, which can form large blisters on exposed skin and within the lungs. Which among the following explains the radiation emitted by black bodies? Correct answer is quantum theory. All normal matter emits electromagnetic radiation when it has a temperature above absolute zero. The radiation represents a conversion of body's internal energy into electromagnetic energy and is therefore called thermal radiation. Which among the following is a mollusk? Correct answer is cuttlefish. Cuttlefish or cuttles are marine mollusks of the order Sipida. They belong to the class Cephalopoda, which also includes squid, octopuses, and nautiluses. Cuttlefish have a unique internal shell, the cuttlebone. Which state is famous for Lavi Fair? Correct answer is Himachal Pradesh. The famous International Lavi Trade Fair is one of the unique examples of the glorious social, cultural, economic history and legacy of Himachal Pradesh. It is the biggest trade fair of the Greater Himalayas and is held at Rampur Bushar, about 130 kilometers from Shimla, from 11 to 14 November every year. In a bid to introduce competitive bidding for allocation of coal blocks and benefit consuming industries, the government will soon replace the Mines and Minerals Development Regulation Act. In which year was this act enacted? The Mines and Minerals Regulation and Development Act 1957 is an act of the Parliament of India. It was enacted in 1957 to regulate the mining sector in India. It was amended in 2015 and 2016. Mining minerals comes under the purview of the state government. River sand is considered a mineral as well. So all of these are covered under this act. Tipaimuk Dam is an issue between which of the following countries? Correct answer is India and Bangladesh. It is a dam located in southwestern hilly region of Manipur, bordering the Indian state of Mizoram. It is one of the 6 tribal development blocks of Churachandpur district in Manipur state. Pabang is the subdivisional block headquarters. Tipaimuk is the 55th Assembly constituency of Manipur. Which among the following is India's first regional rural bank? Correct answer is Prathama Bank. Prathama Bank, the first regional rural bank of the country, was established on 2nd October 1975 with head office at Moradabad under Regional Rural Bank Act 1975, which was sponsored by Syndicate Bank. Duncan proposals are related to which of the following rounds of GATT? Correct answer is Uruguay round. The Uruguay round was the 8th round of the multilateral trade negotiations or MTN conducted within the framework of the General Agreement on Tariffs and Trade or GATT spanning from 1986 to 1993 and embracing 123 countries as contracting parties. The rounds led to the creation of World Trade Organization, with GATT remaining as an integral part of WTO arrangements. Which among the following ratios correctly denotes money multiplier? Correct answer is M3:MO. So M0 and M1 are called narrow money, which normally includes coins and notes in circulation and other money equivalents that are easily convertible into cash. M3 includes M2 plus long-term time deposit and money market funds with more than 24 hours maturity. Which among the following is a term for which alternate word buyer's monopoly is used? Correct answer is monopsony. So, in economics, a monopsony is a market structure in which a single buyer substantially controls the market as the major purchaser of goods and services offered by many would-be sellers. Generally, the asset test ratio should be 1:1 or better for a company in sound economic position. This is a ratio which of the following? Correct answer is current assets to current liabilities. The asset test or quick ratio compares a company's most short-term assets to its most short-term liabilities to see if a company has enough cash to pay its immediate liabilities, such as short-term debt. The asset test ratio disregards current assets that are difficult to liquidate quickly, such as inventory. Which among the following can be called a balanced budget? Correct answer is when total revenue of the government is exactly equal to the total expenditure. A balanced budget is a budget in which revenues are equal to expenditures. Thus, neither a budget deficit nor a budget surplus exists. More generally, it is a budget that has no budget deficit but could possibly have a budget surplus. Which among the following is an anti-inflationary measure? Correct answer is disinflation. So disinflation is a decrease in the rate of inflation, which is a slowdown in the rate of increase of general price level of goods and services in a nation's gross domestic product over time. It is the opposite of reflation. Gender empowerment measure is one of the 5 indicators used by the United Nations Development Programme in its annual Human Development Report. It includes which of the following? Correct answer is all of them. That is political participation and decision making, economic participation and decision making, and power over economic resources. The gender empowerment measure is an index designated to measure of gender equality. GEM is the United Nations Development Programme's attempt to measure the extent of gender inequality across the globe's countries based on estimates of women's relative economic income, participation in high-paying positions with economic power, and access to professional and parliamentary positions. As per the report in 2018, India has many challenges as its rank is 142 out of 149 countries in the Economic Opportunity and Participation Subindex. Lockout is term used for a work stoppage in industry for which of the following? Correct answer is when employer prevents employees from working. A lockout is a temporary work stoppage or denial of employment initiated by the management of a company during a labor dispute. This is different from a strike in which employees refuse to work. It is therefore referred to as the antithesis of strike. Which among the following imposes a greater burden relative to resources on the poor than on the rich? Correct answer is regressive tax. A regressive tax is one in which tax rate decreases as amount subject to taxation increases, which means that if you earn less, you're paying more tax in respect to your earnings than someone who earns more. The lowest amount is subject to higher taxation, and this leads to individuals with low income bearing the highest burden of regressive taxes. Such tax does not take into account the ability to pay. In which year Negotiable Instruments Act came into force? Correct answer is 1882. It was passed in 1881 and came into force from March 1st, 1882. Which among the following is very similar to Hundi? Correct answer is Bill of Exchange. So a Hundi is basically a bill of exchange which is written in vernacular language. Which of the following acts was amended by the Parliament in 1989 with a view to restore the faith in business transactions through checks and speedy remedy in case of bouncing checks? Correct answer is Negotiable Instruments Act 1881. We prefer to carry a small piece of paper known as check rather than carrying the currency worth of the value of the check. Before 1988, there being no provision to restrain the person issuing the check without having sufficient funds in his account. Of course, on dishonored check, there is a civil liability accrued. In order to ensure promptitude and remedy against the defaulters of the negotiable instrument, a criminal remedy of penalty was inserted in Negotiable Instruments Act 1881 by amending it with Negotiable Instruments Act 1988. Lessor and lessee is a relationship between a bank and its customer in which of the following? Correct answer is safe deposit lockers. While providing safe deposit vault or locker facility to their customers, bank enters into agreement with the customer. The agreement is known as the Memorandum of Letting and attracts stamp duty. The relationship between the bank and the customer is that of a lessor and a lessee. From which of the following years e-commerce in India, online transactions and digital signatures were made legally valid? Correct answer is 2000. India currently has an internet user base of about 475 million as of July 2018, about 40% of India's total population. Which among the following is the oldest and most common form of electronic funds transfer system? Correct answer is wire transfer. A wire transfer is an electronic transfer of money. A traditional wire transfer goes from one bank to credit union to another using a network such as SWIFT or FedWire. But the term wire transfer gets used for other types of transfers as well. So, usually banks clarify when you're trying to make a wire transfer. Which among the following committees gave its recommendations on customer service? Correct answer is Goiporia Committee. Ensuring improvement in customer service rendered by banks has been the constant endeavor of RBI. RBI had set up in 1990 a committee headed by Shri M.N. Goiporia, the then chairman of SBI. The committee had made various recommendations to ensure improvement in the customer service in banks. Which among the following committees recommended drastic change in the present framework in industrial sickness? The Sick Industrial Companies Act or SICA and Board for Industrial and Financial Reconstruction or BIFR. Correct answer is Omkar Goswami Committee. In April 1993, a Committee on Industrial Sickness and Corporate Restructuring was constituted and Dr. Omkar Goswami of Indian Statistical Institute was appointed chairman of this committee. The committee submitted its reports to the Ministry of Finance on July 13, 1993. In which year Reserve Bank of India introduced Special Fund Facility for Security Settlement or SFFSS? Correct answer is 2000. The objective of the scheme was to provide intraday funds to banks and primary dealers for facilitating settlement of securities transactions in case of gridlock. In such case, the intraday facility will not become an overnight credit. What is the full form of ESOS? Correct answer is Employee Stock Option Scheme. Employee Stock Option Scheme is a scheme many companies use to compensate, retain and attract employees. These plans are contracts between a company and its employees that give employees the right to buy a specific number of company's shares at a fixed price within a certain period of time. An eye of a cyclone is a central circular region characterized by which of the following? Correct answer is light winds and clear skies. The eye is a region of mostly calm weather at the center of a strong tropical cyclone. The eye of a storm is a roughly circular area. It is surrounded by the eye wall, a ring of towering thunderstorms where the most severe weather and highest winds occur. Which among the following is the standard map projection for nautical purposes? Correct answer is Mercator projection. The Mercator projection is a cylindrical map projection presented by the Flemish geographer and cartographer Gerardus Mercator in 1569. Which among the following is the most abundant element by mass in Earth's crust? Correct answer is oxygen. Oxygen is the third most abundant element in the universe by mass after hydrogen and helium and the most abundant element by mass in the Earth's crust. The atomic oxygen gas constitutes
about 20.9% of volume of the air as well. Horse latitudes are high-pressure subtropical calm belts, which make an area that receives little precipitation and has variable winds mixed with calm. These latitudes lie between which of the following? Correct answer is between 30 degrees and 35 degrees, both north and south. So horse latitudes are subtropical ridges or subtropical highs. They are the subtropical latitudes between 30 and 35 degrees, both north and south, where Earth's atmosphere is dominated by the subtropical high, which is an area of high pressure which suppresses precipitation and cloud formation and has variable winds mixed with calm winds. As per the United Nations Convention on the Law of the Sea, what is the territorial limit of littoral states for exploitation of oil and gas in the seas? So, by state they mean a country. How far into the sea can a country claim its right over oil and other gases? So, the United Nations Convention of the Law of the Sea is what dictates it. So, the correct answer is till 350 miles. The United Nations Convention on the Law of the Sea, also called the Law of the Sea Convention or the Law of the Sea Treaty, is the international agreement that resulted from the Third United Nations Conference on the Law of the Sea, which took place between 1973 and 1982. About 90% of the world's earthquakes and 80% of the world's largest earthquakes occur along the Ring of Fire. In which sea is this there? Correct answer is Pacific Ocean. Ring of Fire is a 40,000 kilometer horseshoe shape in Pacific Ocean basin associated with a nearly continuous series of oceanic trenches, volcanic arcs and volcanic belts or plate movements. How many main tropical cyclone warning centers are there in the world? Correct answer is 6. The World Meteorological Organization has a tropical cyclone program which is tasked to establish national and regionally coordinated systems to ensure that the loss of life and damage caused by tropical cyclones are reduced to a minimum. They happen to manage these warning centers. Near which of the following countries a tropical storm will originate? Correct answer is West Indies. Tropical cyclones originate in the doldrums near the equator, about 10 degrees away from it, which is around the country of West Indies. A mountain range which extends along the southern margin of Eurasia, stretching from Java to Sumatra through the Himalayas, the Mediterranean and out into the Atlantic is known as what? Correct answer is Alpine Belt. The Alpine Belt or the Alpine Himalayan Orogenic Belt is a seismic belt and orogenic belt that includes an array of mountain ranges extending along the southern margin of Eurasia, stretching from Java to Sumatra through the Himalaya, the Mediterranean and out into the Atlantic. So if you see on the map, you can see the total plate defined. What is the name of the mountain range in Central Asia where Russia, China, Mongolia and Kazakhstan come together? Correct answer is Altai Mountains. The Altai Mountains, which are also known as the Onion Range, are a mountain range in Central and East Asia where Russia, China, Mongolia and Kazakhstan come together and are where the rivers Irtysh and Ob have their headwaters. Which among the following is a galaxy? Among the given options, the correct answer is Andromeda. So option 1 Sirius is a star in the Orion belt and the second and third options Orion and Ursa Minor are constellations. Andromeda is our nearest galaxy. India has started its first poverty alleviation project in which of the following countries? Correct answer is China. So also IRDP in India is among the world's most ambitious programs to alleviate rural poverty by providing income generated assets to poorest of the poor. So this is an intra-country. It happens within our country and now we have started providing aid to other countries as well. What is the purpose of appointment of judicial and administrative members of Armed Forces Tribunal? Correct answer is speedy justice to personnel of the armed forces. Armed Forces Tribunal is a military tribunal in India. It was established under the Armed Forces Tribunal Act 2007. In 1999, the Law Commission's 169th report stated that disciplinary and service matters required quick resolution and proposed a special tribunal for military and paramilitary forces. Namchik Namphok in Arunachal Pradesh are famous fields for what? Correct answer is coal. In 2014, the government mooted the selling of the excess coal produced in Namchik Namphok coalfield to National Thermal Power Corporation to increase the revenue of the state. Southern Air Command of India is located at option D, Thiruvananthapuram. The Southern Air Command of Indian Air Forces is headquartered in Thiruvananthapuram, which is the southern side of India. This is one among the 7 commands of IAF. This command was started on 19 July 1984 and is relatively new among the other commands. Which states are the beneficiary of Sardar Sarovar projects? Correct answer is Madhya Pradesh, Maharashtra, Gujarat and Rajasthan. The Sardar Sarovar Dam is a gravity dam on the Narmada River near Navagam, Gujarat in India. 4 Indian states, Gujarat, Madhya Pradesh, Maharashtra and Rajasthan, receive water and electricity supplied from the dam. The foundation stone of the project was laid out by then Prime Minister Jawaharlal Nehru on 5th April 1961. What is the full form of ICERT? Correct answer is Indian Computer Emergency Response Team. So this team is an office within the Ministry of Electronics and Information Technology. It is the nodal agency to deal with cybersecurity threats like hacking and phishing. It strengthens security-related defense of the Indian internet domain. Who among the following is called Guru of Microfinance in India? Correct answer is Vijay Mahajan. Vijay Mahajan is an Indian social entrepreneur and the founder and was the CEO till 30th September 2016 of the BASICS Social Enterprise Group, which is engaged in livelihood promotion and supported the livelihoods of over 3 million low-income households in over 20 states in India and 6 developing countries. National Biogas and Manure Management Program was launched when? Correct answer is 1981 to 82. It is a central sector scheme primarily set up for rural and semi-urban households. Its categories are designated accordingly, such as cattle dung, other biodegradable materials such as biomass for farms, gardens, kitchens, and night soil. Which component in light causes suppression of melatonin produced by the pineal gland? Correct answer is blue light. Research has found that exposure to blue light suppresses the production of melatonin more than any other type of light. It is believed that the shorter wavelengths in blue light is what causes the body to produce less melatonin because the body is more sensitive to this type of light. The combination of a red glass plate and a blue glass plate will transmit which of the following light? Correct answer is it won't transmit any light. This is because the red filter only allows red light through, the other colors of the spectrum are absorbed. This light will not be allowed by the blue glass because it only allows blue light and vice versa. As a result, no light will pass. Which among the following statement is correct about fluorescence? Correct answer is high energy photon is absorbed and electron is emitted. So fluorescence occurs when an atom or molecule relaxes through vibrational relaxation to its ground state after being electrically excited. The specific frequencies of excitation and emission are dependent on the molecule of atom. So what happens is the molecules have gathered a lot of energy and in order to release that energy they vibrate. This leads to high energy photons being absorbed and electrons being emitted. As a result, you see fluorescence. Cassiterite is an ore of which of the following? Correct answer is tin. It is tin oxide. Most part of cosmic rays that impinge on Earth's atmosphere are what? Correct answer is protons. Almost 90% of all the incoming cosmic ray particles are protons, almost 10% are helium nuclei, and slightly under 1% are heavier elements and electrons. Steel is an alloy consisting mostly of iron with a carbon content between 0.2 and 2.1 by weight. An increasing amount of iron will result in which of the following? Correct answer is increased hardening. So steel is an alloy of iron and carbon and sometimes other elements. Because of its high tensile strength and low cost, It is a major component used in buildings, infrastructure, tools, ships, automobiles, machines, appliances, and weapons. Who among the following proved that bacteria don't originate by spontaneous generation? Correct answer is Pasteur. Pasteur cultivated bacteria from the blood of animal infected with anthrax. When he inoculated animals with the bacteria, anthrax occurred, proving that bacteria was the cause of the disease. The blood pressure is denoted as following. Correct answer is systolic and diastolic pressure. So blood pressure is expressed in two numbers. The higher number is known as systolic pressure, or the amount of force that is exerted against the artery walls during a heartbeat. The lower number is the diastolic pressure, which does the force exist while the heart is resting between beats, which is why when your blood pressure is measured, you get two numbers, the higher power and the lower one. Newton meters per second is represented as following. Correct answer is watt. 1 watt is the rate at which work is done when an object is moved at a speed of 1 meter per second against a force of 1 Newton. Which among the following is not an enzyme? Among the given options, the only non-enzyme is gastrin. It is a hormone which stimulates secretion of gastric acid or HCl by the parietal cells of the stomach and aids in gastric motility. In which year SIDBI was established? Correct answer is 1990. To promote finance and for developing micro, small and medium enterprises in India, the Small Industries Development Bank of India or SIDBI was set up on April 2nd, 1990 through an Act of Parliament. Its headquarters is in Lucknow. Which among the following is the first development financial institution in the country to cater to long-term finance needs of the industrial sector? Correct answer is IFCI. IFCI, or the Industrial Finance Corporation of India, was set up on July 1st, 1948 in New Delhi to provide medium and long-term financial assistance to the manufacturing, service and infrastructure sectors. It is a government company under Section 245 of the Company Act 2013. Which among the following is the main function of Agricultural Finance Corporation Limited? Correct answer is consultancy services in the field of agriculture. So AFC India is a multidisciplinary consultancy and technical support organization specializing in the agricultural and rural development segments of the economy since 1968. The company has been known for monitoring and evaluation studies and large-scale surveys. National Rural Credit Stabilization Fund is an institution of purpose-specific funds in which of the following? Correct answer is NABARD. So NABARD is the National Bank for Agriculture and Rural Development, which is the apex development financial institution in India and is headquartered in Mumbai. To meet the need of which of the following the concept of Land Development Bank was developed? Correct answer is farmers. A Land Development Bank, abbreviated as LDB, is a special kind of bank in India and is one of quasi-commercial type that provides services such as accepting deposits, making business loans and offering basic investment products. Which among the following statement is incorrect regarding Land Development Bank? The incorrect answer would be option C. They have three-tier structure. They actually have two-tier structures. The first one is Primary Land Development Bank at district level with branches at taluk level. Number 2 is Control or State Land Development Bank. All primary land development banks are federated into Central Land Development Bank at the state level. In some states like Gujarat, Jammu and Kashmir and UP, there is unitary structure wherein there is only one State Land Development Bank at the state level operating through its branches and sub-branches at district and below levels. Which among the following statement is incorrect regarding the regional rural banks? Correct answer is all the options are correct. Regional rural banks are known as Grameen banks, are Indian scheduled banks operating at regional level in different states of India. They have been created with a view of serving primarily the rural areas of India with basic banking and financial services. They were in fact established as per the provisions of Regional Rural Banks Act 1976. Every regional rural bank is sponsored by commercial banks and the regional rural banks may open branches in notified areas. Which among the following is the correct statement? Correct statement here is option B, which says cooperative banks are partially controlled by RBI. The commercial banks are governed by Banking Regulations Act 1949, but only some sections of this act apply to cooperative banks. So RBI has partial control over cooperative banks. Which among the following is an essential feature of commercial banks? Correct answer is dealing with credit. The primary functions of a commercial bank are accepting deposits and also lending funds. Deposits are savings, current or time deposits. Also, a commercial bank lends funds to its customers in the form of loans and advances, cash credit, overdraft and discounting of bills, etc. Which among the following banks in India was the first to take a major step of reorganizing based on market segmentation? Correct answer is State Bank of India. The State Bank of India is an Indian multinational public sector banking and financial services statutory body. It is a government corporation statutory body and is headquartered in Mumbai, Maharashtra. It is ranked as 216th in the Fortune Global 500 list of the world's biggest corporations of 2018. Who among the following can establish an interstate council? Correct answer is the President. Interstate Council is a constitutional body set up on the basis of provisions in Article 263 of the Constitution of India by a presidential order. In which of the following situations a president can establish an interstate council? Correct answer is when it appears to him or her that it would be serving the public interest. Article 263 of the Constitution of India provides if at any time it appears to the President that the public interest would be served by the establishment of an interstate council, he or she is at full privilege to do so. Based on the recommendations of which of the following committee or commissions, Interstate Council has been set up on 28 May 1990 under the Article 263 of the Constitution for coordination of interstate matters. Correct answer is Sarkaria Commission. Sarkaria Commission was set up in 1983 by the Central Government of India. The Commission's charter was to examine the central-state relationship on various portfolios and suggest changes within the framework of the Constitution of India. Who among the following has been given rights to legislate on residuary subjects? Correct answer is central government. Matters which are not included in any of the three lists, which are union, state and concurrent, are known as residuary subjects and the central government may handle them. If the post of both President and the Vice President of India falls vacant, the Chief Justice of India discharges the functions of the President. For how many times has this happened in India? Correct answer, only once. Only one time did M. Hidayatullah, who was the only Chief Justice acting as President, had to do it in 1969. As amended in January 2009, what is paid salary of the Chief Justice of India? As per the amendments in January 2009, the correct answer is 1 lakh. So 1 lakh per month is the Chief Justice's salary according to that year. Currently, the Chief Justice of Supreme Court earns a salary of 2,80,000 per month and the Associate Justices earn 2,50,000 per month. The interpretation of the Constitution falls within the domain of the Constitutional Bench of the Supreme Court. At least how many members are required for this bench? Correct answer is 5. The Constitution Bench is the name given to the benches of the Supreme Court of India, which consist of at least 5 judges of the court which sit to decide any case involving substantial question of law as to the interpretation of the Constitution of India or for the purpose of hearing any reference made by the President of India under Article 143. Which article of Indian Constitution gives an extensive original jurisdiction to the Supreme Court in regard to enforcement of fundamental rights? Correct answer is Article 32. Article 32 provides the right to constitutional remedies, which means that a person has right to move to Supreme Court and as well as High Courts for getting their fundamental rights protected. While Supreme Court has power to issue writs under Article 32, High Courts have been given the same power under Article 226. Who among the following can establish a common High Court for 2 or more states or union territories in India? Correct answer is Parliament by the law. India is a democracy having a federal structure of government. Laws are made separately at different levels by the union government, federal government for the whole country and by the state governments for their respective states as well as by local municipal councils at district level. The legislative procedure in India for the union government requires that proposed bills pass through the two legislative houses of the Parliament of India, that is, the Lok Sabha and the Rajya Sabha. The legislative procedure for states with bicameral legislatures requires that proposed bills are passed at least in the state's lower house or the Vidhan Sabha and not mandatory to be passed in the upper house or the Vidhan Parishad. For states with unicameral legislature, laws and bills need to be passed only in the state's Vidhan Sabha, for they don't have a Vidhan Parishad. Which among the following fundamental rights has been most controversial? Correct answer is right to property. The 44th Amendment of 1978 deleted the right to property from the list of fundamental rights. A new provision, Article 300A, was added to the Constitution, which provided that no person shall be deprived of his property save by authority of law. Bring out the incorrect statement. Among the given options, all are correct. The Indian National Congress on 19 December 1929 passed the historic Purna Swaraj or Total Independence Resolution at its Lahore session. The Servants of India Society was formed in Pune, Maharashtra on June 12, 1905 by Gopal Krishna Gokhale, who left the Deccan Education Society to form this association. The Chittagong Armory Raid, also known as the Chittagong Uprising, was an attempt on 18th April 1930 to raid the armory of the police and auxiliary forces of the Chittagong Armory in Bengal Presidency of British India by armed Indian independence fighters led by Surya Sen. Bring out the wrong statement. Among the given options, all are correct. Gandhi was greatly influenced by Leo Tolstoy through his book The Kingdom of God is Within You and his essay on Christianity and patriotism. Both Gandhi and Tolstoy adopted the idea of love to solve problems of life. The Cripps mission was a failed attempt in late March 1942 by the British government to secure full Indian cooperation and support for their efforts in World War II. Which among the following statements is not correct? Among the given options, all are correct. Phoenix Ashram, established by Gandhiji near Durban in 1904, was formally reopened on February 27, 2000 at a ceremony attended by the President of South Africa, the Zulu King Goodwill Zwelithini, and many other leaders. Which among the following is not correct about V.D. Savarkar? Correct answer here is, he supported and took part in the Quit India struggle in 1942. This is an incorrect fact. Serving as the president of Hindu Mahasabha, Savarkar endorsed the ideal of India as a Hindu Rashtra and controversially opposed the Quit India struggle in 1942. Which of the following movement was started to support Muslim resentment against Ottoman Empire policy of British? Correct answer is Khilafat movement. The Khilafat movement was essentially a movement to express Muslim support for the Caliph of Turkey against the Allied powers, particularly Britain. Which among the following is not correct about CR formula given by C. Rajagopalachari? Correct option here is all are correct. Objective of the CR formula was to solve the political deadlock between the All India Muslim League and Indian National Congress. League's position was that the Muslims and Hindus of British India were of two separate nations and hence the Muslims had the right to their own nation. The Congress was opposed to the idea of partitioning India. The core principle of the CR formula was a proposal for the Congress to offer the League the Muslim Pakistan based on plebiscite of all the peoples in the regions where Muslims made a majority. Great Game is a term used for the strategic rivalry and conflict between which of the following empires? Correct answer is the British and the Russian Empire. The Great Game was an intense rivalry between the British and Russian empires in Central Asia beginning in the 19th century. British Lord Ellenborough started the Great Game on January 12, 1830 with an edict establishing a new trade route from India to Bukhara using Turkey, Persia and Afghanistan. Who among the following founded National Herald? Correct answer is Jawaharlal Nehru. National Herald was founded by Pandit Nehru, patronized by Indian National Congress, and it provides news till date. In which year the first nationwide non-cooperation movement was launched in India? Correct answer is 1920. The non-cooperation movement was a significant but short phase of Indian independence movement from British rule. It was led by Mahatma Gandhi after the Jallianwala Bagh massacre and lasted from 1920 to February 1922. It aimed to resist British rule in India through non-violence. Which among the Mountbatten Plan, CR Formula, Wavell Plan and Cabinet Mission is chronologically earliest? Correct answer is CR Formula, which happened in 1944. The Wavell Plan took place in 1945. Cabinet Mission was 1946 and Mountbatten Plan was 1947. Which among the following is not correctly matched? This is Maurya kings and contemporary travelers. So among the given options, all of them are correct. Megasthenes was an ancient Greek historian, diplomat, and Indian ethnographer and explorer who visited India in 302 and 288 BCE during the reign of Chandragupta Maurya. Chandragupta Maurya was succeeded by his son Bindusara in 298 BCE. Megasthenes and later Demachos to the Mauryan court at Pataliputra. The Chinese traveller Huinsang visited India during the period of Emperor Harsha. The primary aim of the visit of Huinsang to India was to gain knowledge of Buddhism and collect its religious texts. Which among the following causes dum-dum fever or Kala Azar? Correct answer is protozoa. Kala Azar, also known as dum-dum fever and visceral leishmaniasis, is caused by protozoa of Leishmania genus. Vector is sandfly. Which among the following is main body of United Nations? Correct answer is General Assembly. United Nations General Assembly is one of the 6 principal organs of the United Nations, the only one in which all member nations have equal representation, and the main deliberative, policy-making and representative organs of the UN. At which of the following places weight of a person will be maximum? Correct answer is at poles. If you weighed 100 pounds at the North Pole on a spring scale, at the equator you would weigh 99.65 pounds, which is roughly 0.55 pounds less. So mass in grams would however stay the same, as it is a measure of resistance of a body to being moved and has nothing to do with acceleration or gravity. So at the pole, since gravity is more, you will weigh more. Shiva crater is located near which of the following places in India? Mumbai is the correct answer. The Shiva crater is a geologic structure which is hypothesized by Shankar Chatterjee and colleagues to be 500 kilometer diameter impact structure. So diameter impact means something came crashing into it and hence it was formed. This geologic structure consists of the Bombay High and Surat Depression. In which of the following countries International Rice Research Center is located? Correct answer is Philippines. The International Rice Research Institute is an international agricultural research and training organization with headquarters in Los Banos, Laguna in Philippines and offices in 17 countries with about 1,300 staff. Headquarters of Biodiversity International is located where? Correct answer is Italy. So Biodiversity International is a global research for development organization with a vision, and that vision is agricultural biodiversity nourishes people and sustains the planet. Which among the following is caused by a virus? Among the given options, only mumps is caused by virus. Mumps is a viral infection that primarily affects saliva-producing glands or your salivary glands, which are located near your ears. Mumps can cause swelling in one or both of these glands. Mumps was common in the United States and also around the world before, until the mumps vaccination became a routine. Radiation hardening is used in design of artificial satellites, spacecraft, military aircraft, nuclear power stations, and nuclear weapons for which of the following purposes? Correct answer is protection from radiation damage. Radiation hardening is the act of making electronic components and systems resistant to damage or malfunctions caused by ionizing radiation, such as those encountered in outer space and high-altitude flights, around nuclear reactors and particle accelerators, or during nuclear accidents or nuclear warfare. Which among the following is not located in Kolkata? So only Central Mechanical Engineering Research Institute is not located in Kolkata. It's in Durgapur. Anthropological Survey of India, Shaha Institute of Nuclear Physics and National Institute of Cholera and Enteric Diseases all are located in Kolkata. Which among the following was the most important grain grown in the Vedic age? Correct answer is barley. Much of our knowledge of the food habits of Vedic age people and their lifestyles can be gleaned from an extensive body of texts, the earliest being the Rig Veda, likely composed between 1700 and 1500 BCE. Grains, mainly barley and lentils, were dietary staples. There are no references to wheat or to rice in the Rig Veda. In Vedic age, which among the following grains was referred to as Rihi? Correct answer is rice. The Yajur Veda has reference to rice. Karmara in the Vedic age was referred to the people occupied with the profession of what? Correct answer is blacksmith. So, during Vedic age, blacksmiths enjoyed the status of very respectable citizens. Puttarat Samman is given for outstanding work in the field of what? Correct answer is music. It is named after Pandit Puttaraj Gawai, who was an Indian musician in the Hindustani classical tradition, a scholar who authored more than 80 books in Kannada, Sanskrit and Hindi, a music teacher and a social servant. Caesar Awards are the national film awards of which of the following countries? Correct answer is France. The Caesar Award is the national film award of France. It is delivered in the Nuit de Caesar ceremony and was first awarded in 1976. Nominations are selected by the members of 12 categories of filmmaking professionals and supported by the French Ministry of Culture. In the wake of Chinese aggression in 1962, which of the following squadron was formed to strengthen our supply lines to the army in the northern sector, encompassing Jammu and Kashmir and Ladakh regions? Correct answer is 25 Squadron or Himalayan Eagles. Number 25 Squadron is a unit of the Indian Air Force assigned to Southwestern Air Command. The squadron participates in operations involving air, land and airdrops of troops, equipment, supplies and support or augment special operations forces when appropriate. Mach number is a measure of which of the following? Correct answer is speed. In fluid dynamics, the Mach number is a dimensionless quantity representing the ratio of flow velocity past a boundary to the local speed of sound. For which of the following the term sandalwood is used? Correct answer is Kannada cinema. Kannada cinema, also known as Chandanavana or Sandalwood, is the Indian film industry based in the state of Karnataka, where motion pictures are produced in the Kannada language. Anuradha Swani is well known for her work in which of the following fields? Correct answer is animal rights. Anuradha Swani was the ex-chief functionary and head of Indian operations of People for Ethical Treatment of Animals or PETA, India. She is an animal rights activist and was the editor of the Indian edition of the animal rights magazine, Animal Times. What is the name of the first of its kind solo circumnavigation sea voyage undertaken by any Indian? Correct answer is Sagar Parikrama. Sagar Parikrama, which was launched on Independence Day 2009 in a boat named Madei to sail from India and to cover a distance of a minimum of 21,600 nautical miles, is the first of its kind. In 1835, the Kachal levy with about 750 men was raised to counter the tribal raids. It is known with which of the following names today? Correct answer is Assam Rifles. The Assam Rifles is the oldest paramilitary force of India. The unit can trace its lineage back to a paramilitary police force that was formed under the British in 1835 called Kachal Levy. In the Afternoon of Time is a biography of which of the following personalities? Correct answer is Harivansh Rai Bachchan. Harivansh Rai Bachchan is a Hindi literature and he was born in Allahabad in 1907 and acquired immense popularity in the 1930s through Madhushala, a long poem inspired by the Rubaiyat of Omar Khayyam. Which among the following is not a book by Jawaharlal Nehru? Correct answer is Freedom in Exile. The Question of Language, Where Are We and The Unity of India are all books by Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru. The Freedom in Exile is the autobiography of Dalai Lama, the current Dalai Lama of Tibet. Which among the following is older name of Zimbabwe? Correct answer is Southern Rhodesia. The colony of Southern Rhodesia was a self-governing British Crown colony in southern Africa. It was the predecessor state of what is now Zimbabwe. The colony was established in 1923, having earlier been administered by the British South Africa Company. Pingali Venkaya is related to which of the following? Correct answer is India's national flag. Tricolor flag was first accepted by the Indian National Congress in 1931. It had charkha in the center of the white band, which was later replaced by wheel taken from Sarnath Ashoka pillar. The design of the national flag was adopted by the Constituent Assembly of India on 22nd July 1947. In the Constituent Assembly, Dr. Rajendra Prasad was the head of the ad hoc committee on national flag. The flag was designed by Pingali Venkaya. Which among the following is not correctly matched? So these are all national parks or sanctuaries with the state in which they are. Among the given options, option D, Gandhi Sagar Sanctuary, is not correctly matched. So Dampa Sanctuary is in Mizoram, Valmiki Reserve is in Bihar, Rola National Park is in Himachal Pradesh. However, Gandhi Sagar Sanctuary is in Mandsaur, Madhya Pradesh. The smallest state in India by area and by population respectively are Goa and Sikkim. So Goa is the smallest state by area in India with an area of 3,702 kilometers square, whereas Sikkim is the least populous state of India with a population of merely 6.19 lakhs. What is the rank in Indian Air Force which is equivalent to Major in Indian Army? Correct answer is Squadron Leader. Squadron Leader is a commissioned rank in the Royal Air Force and the air forces of many countries which have historical British influences, including India. Japanese encephalitis is a disease caused by what? Correct answer is virus. Japanese encephalitis is caused by virus from the family Flaviviridae. It's a mosquito-borne disease. Which among the following is a treaty signed between USA and former USSR? Correct answer is Intermediate Range Nuclear Forces Treaty. The Intermediate Range Nuclear Forces Treaty is a treaty between the United States of America and the Union of Soviet Socialist Republics on the elimination of their intermediate range and shorter range missiles. Mikhail Gorbachev and Ronald Reagan were the presidents of the countries who signed the treaty. In which year National Population Stabilization Fund was renamed as Janasankhya Sthirikaran Kosh? The correct answer is 2003. The erstwhile National Population Stabilization Fund, now renamed as Janasankhya Sthirata Kosh, has been registered as a society on June 12, 2003 with a seed money of rupees 100 crore. Which among the following is not correct? So all of them are correct. Planned Economy for India is a book by M. Visheshavya. Gandhian Plan is by Sriman Narayan from 1944 and Sarvodaya Plan is by Jayaprakash Narayan from 1950. Who among the following declared the first industrial policy in the post-independence period? Correct answer is Shyama Prasad Mukherjee. Shyama Prasad Mukherjee was an Indian politician, barrister and academician who served as Minister for Industry and Supply in Prime Minister Jawaharlal Nehru's cabinet. The Sikh Industrial Companies Act of 1985 was enacted following the recommendation of which of the following committees? Correct answer is Tiwari Committee. The Sikh Industrial Companies Special Provisions Act 1985, also known as SICA, defined a Sikh industrial unit as one that had existed for at least 5 years and had incurred accumulated losses equal to or exceeding its entire net worth at the end of any financial year. For ensuring easier exit of the Sikh units, the government has proposed a policy called Exit Policy 1992. Why was this committee not implemented? Correct answer is opposition from trade unions. So Exit Policy 1992 refers to the right or ability of an industrial unit to withdraw from or leave an industry, or in other words, to close down. The proposal to introduce it was first mooted in 1991 when it was felt that without labour market flexibility, efficient industrialization would be difficult to achieve. In which of the following years 6 banks were nationalized? Correct answer is 1980. RBI nationalized in 1949. SBI was nationalized in 1955. 14 banks were nationalized on 16/7/1969, or in other words, 16th of July 1969, whereas 6 banks were nationalized on 15th of April 1980. Which among the following is not correctly matched? In the given options, all are correctly matched. The diesel locomotive works is in Varanasi, India, and it's a production unit owned by Indian Railways that manufactures diesel-electric locomotives and its spare parts. Integral Coach Factory is a manufacturer of rail coaches and is located in Perambur near Chennai, Tamil Nadu. Rail Wheel Factory is a manufacturing unit of Indian Railways producing wheels, axles and wheel sets of railroad wagons, coaches and locomotives for the use of Indian Railways and overseas customers, and is situated at Yelahanka, which is in Bangalore in the state of Karnataka. Which among the following is India's deepest landlocked and protected port? Correct answer is Visakhapatnam. Visakhapatnam port is one of 13 major ports in India and the only major port of Andhra Pradesh. It is India's second largest port by volume of cargo handled. It is located on the east coast of India and is located midway between the Chennai and Kolkata ports. Arrange the following in correct chronological order of their years of establishment. So RBI, SBI, IFCI, ICICI, NABARD and UTI. So when we arrange, we get option D, where RBI was formed in 1935, IFCI in 1948, ICICI in 1955 January, SBI in 1955 July, UTI in 1964 and NABARD in 1982. The maximum number of which of the following in India is owned by public sector? Correct answer is all refineries. India has 18 public sector refineries and 5 refineries in the private sector or as a joint venture. The largest refineries being Reliance Industries, Jamnagar, RPL Jamnagar, MRPL Mangalore, CPCL Manali and IOC Kuala. Consider the following statements and bring out the only wrong statements. Answer is all are correct. So official language of Jammu and Kashmir is Urdu. Prime Minister is the functional head of the government, whereas the President is the symbolic head. Advocate General is the legal advisor to the state government provided by the Constitution. These are all correct. Which article deals with procedure of amendment of Indian Constitution? Correct answer is Article 368. Article 368 of the Constitution of India grants constituent power to make formal amendments and empowers Parliament to amend the Constitution by way of addition, variation or repeal of any provision according to the procedure laid down therein, which is different from the procedure of ordinary legislation. In the wake of Sarkaria Commission report, which state suggested the abolition of office of governor? Correct answer is Andhra Pradesh. Sarkaria Commission was set up in June 1983 by the central government of India to examine the relationship and balance of power between state and central governments in the country and suggest changes within the framework of Constitution of India. How many former presidents have been awarded Bharat Ratna till now? Correct answer is 6. They are Sarvapalli Radhakrishnan, Dr. Rajendra Prasad, Zakir Hussain, APJ Abdul Kalam, VV Giri and Pranab Mukherjee. The first non-confidence motion was moved in the Lok Sabha in which of the following years? Correct answer is 1963. Acharya Kripalani moved the first ever no-confidence motion on the floor of the Lok Sabha in August of 1963, immediately after the disastrous India-China war. As of July 2018, 27 no-confidence motions have been moved. Which among the following statement is correct? The correct statement is a joint sitting of both the houses of parliament is summoned by president and presided by speaker of Lok Sabha. So this is the only correct statement. The other options would say it is summoned by the parliament and presided by president, which is obviously not true. Or it is summoned by parliament and presided by speaker of Lok Sabha, only partially true. And it is summoned by parliament and by the Speaker of Lok Sabha and presided by the President is also untrue. The President does not preside over either of the houses. The Lok Sabha is presided over by the Speaker and the Rajya Sabha by the Chairman, the Vice President of India. Which among the following is not correctly matched? So this is women chief ministers to the state they served. So all of these are correct. Sucheta Kriplani did serve as Chief Minister of Uttar Pradesh, Nandini Satpathy to Orissa, and Shashikala Kadokar to Goa. In fact, Sucheta Kriplani was the first woman Chief Minister of India and served as the head of Uttar Pradesh government from 1963 to 1967. The power of judicial review in India lies with the Supreme Court only. In India, a judicial review is a review of government decisions done by the Supreme Court of India. A court with authority for judicial review may invalidate laws, acts, and governmental actions which violates the basic features of the Constitution. Which of the following states in India is exempted from reservation of scheduled castes in Panchayati Raj institution? Correct answer is Arunachal Pradesh. This is by Constitution's 83rd Amendment Act of 2000. In which year was the age for voting rights reduced from 21 to 18? Correct answer is 1989. An act further to amend the Constitution of India was 61st Amendment of the Constitution of India, which is officially known as the Constitution's 61st Amendment Act 1988, which lowered the voting age of elections to the Lok Sabha and to the legislative assemblies of states from 21 years to 18 years and came into effect in 1989. Hariom Ashram Trust Award is given by which of the following organizations in India? Correct answer is Indian Council of Agricultural Research. The Indian Council of Agricultural Research, or ICAR, is an autonomous body responsible for coordinating agricultural education and research in India. It reports to the Department of Agricultural Research and Education, which is under the Ministry of Agriculture. Sarbajit Roy versus Dirk was a famous case in the later half of 2006. This case is particularly related to which of the following? Correct answer is right to information. The CPIO of the Dirk had furnished the requested information concerning it, but the information concerning DISCOMs was not obtained or furnished. The Right to Information Act 2005 guarantees right of access to information to all citizens. It was based on that act. Teen Bigha corridor is a dispute between who? Correct answer is India and Bangladesh. The Teen Bigha corridor is a strip of land belonging to India on the West Bengal-Bangladesh border, which in September 2011 was leased to Bangladesh so that it can access its Dahagram Angkatpota enclaves. It is based at Patgram, Upazila town. Which state in India is a main population center of Indian ethnic group of Black African descents called Siddhi? Correct answer is Gujarat. At present, the Siddhis are living in the western coast of Gujarat, Maharashtra and Karnataka states. Their main concentration is in Junagadh district of Rajkot division. They are a scheduled tribe. According to 1981 census, the population of Siddhi tribe was around 54,291. Many a times we read about South-South cooperation. The term is used by policymakers and academics to describe the exchange of resources, technology and knowledge between which of the following? Correct answer is developing countries. South-to-South cooperation is a term historically used by policymakers and academics to describe the exchange of resources, technology and knowledge between developing countries, also known as countries of the Global South. Which among the following is not correctly matched? So all of them are correctly matched. So Lusaka is the capital of Zambia, Victoria is the capital of Seychelles, Porto Novo is the capital of Benin. Lavani is one of the most popular forms of dance and music that is practiced in which state? Correct answer is Maharashtra. Lavani is a genre of popular music in Maharashtra. It is a combination of traditional song and dance which particularly performed to the beats of dholki, a percussion instrument. Lavani is noted for its powerful rhythm. Dr. V.C. Roy National Award is the most prestigious award in which of the following fields in India? Correct answer is medicine. Dr. V.C. Roy Award is the highest Indian award in medical category.
The award was instituted in 1976 by the Government of India under the aegis of the Medical Council of India. The award is named after Bidhan Chandra Roy, a medical doctor and the former Chief Minister of the Indian state of West Bengal. In context of the Indian awards and honors in sports, which among the following is given as Lifetime Achievement Award? Correct answer is Dhyan Chand Award. The Dhyan Chand Award, officially known as Dhyan Chand Award for Lifetime Achievement in Sports and Games, is the lifetime achievement sporting honor of the Republic of India. In which year Government of India launched the International Gandhi Peace Prize? Correct answer is 1995. On the occasion of Mahatma Gandhi's 125th birth anniversary. The Battle of Aliwal was fought between which of the following? Correct answer is English and Sikhs. The Battle of Aliwal was fought on 28 January 1846 between British and Sikh forces in northern India, now in Punjab. Who among the following assumed the title of Islam Shah Suri? Correct answer is Jalal Khan. Jalal Khan was the son of Sher Shah Suri and his successor. Kavi Vatsal was a title assumed by a king belonging to which of the following dynasties? Correct answer is Satavahana. The name of the king is Hala, who assumed the title of Kavi Vatsal. He was a Satavahana king. We have read that the writing in Indus Valley civilization was Bostrophidan. What does this mean? Correct answer is, it means that it was written left to right and right to left in alternate lines. Discovered in 1967 to 68 by J.P. Joshi, the fifth largest Harappan site in the Indian subcontinent and one of the latest has been found at which of the following places? Correct answer is Dholavira. Dholavira is located on the Khadir Island in the Kutch district of Gujarat. At which of the following Harappan sites an ink pot has been discovered? Correct answer is Chanudaro. Chanudaro is also the only Harappan city which does not have a citadel. Which of the following two towns of Indus Valley civilization were located on the bank of Ghaggar river? Correct answer is Kalibanga and Banwali. The Ghaggar Hakra river is an intermittent endorheic river in India and Pakistan that flows only during the monsoon season. Which among the following was referred to as Bhuvan Chakshu in early Vedic era? Correct answer is fire. The Vedic period or Vedic age is the period in the history of the northern Indian subcontinent between the end of the urban Indus Valley civilization and the second urbanization which began in the central Indo-Gangetic plain in 600 BCE. Painted graveware was used in which of the following era? Correct answer is later Vedic era. The painted graveware culture is an Iron Age Indian culture of the western Gangetic plain and the Ghaggar Hakra valley on the Indian subcontinent, which lasted roughly between 1200 BCE to 600 BCE. It is a successor of the black and red ware culture within this region and contemporary with the continuation of the black and red ware culture in the eastern Gangetic plain and central India. Which among the following is a ritualistic Veda? Correct answer is Yajurveda. Yajurveda, where Yaj means to worship and Veda means knowledge, is the Veda primarily of prose mantras for worship rituals. Who among the following belong to Sakya clan of Kshatriyas? Correct answer is Gautam Buddha. The Shakya were a clan of late Vedic India and the latest so-called second urbanization in the Indian subcontinent. The best known Shakya was Siddhartha Gautama, who was the founder of Buddhism. In which of the following Buddhist councils the compilation of Dhamma Pitaka and Sutta Pitaka took place? The correct answer is First Buddhist Council. The First Buddhist Council was held at 483 BCE in Saptarni caves near Rajgriha. Which of the following religious texts is written in the form of questions and answers? Correct answer is Abhidhamma Pitaka. The Abhidhamma Pitaka, meaning basket of higher doctrine, is the last of the three Pitakas constituting the Pali Canon, the scriptures of Theravada Buddhism. The Abhidhamma Pitaka is a detailed scholastic analysis and summary of the Buddha's teachings in the suttas. Which pillar edict of Ashoka is longest of all pillars? Correct answer is the seventh pillar.
The 7th pillar edict mentions Dhamma Mahamattas. The 13th rock edict of Ashoka, which is longest among all the rock edicts, describes which of the following? Correct answer is the Kalinga War. It is located in Orissa and describes what happened during the Kalinga War. Who among the following erected the monastery stupa at Peshawar? Correct answer is Kanishka. The Kanishka stupa was a monumental stupa established by the Kushan king Kanishka during the 2nd century CE in today's Shaji Ki Theri on the outskirts of Peshawar, Pakistan. Who among the following granted permission to Buddhist king of Ceylon, Meghavarman, to build a monastery at Bodh Gaya? The correct answer is Samudragupta. The Gupta Emperor Samudragupta granted permission to Buddhist king of Ceylon, Meghavarman, to build a monastery at Bodh Gaya. Hence, Samudragupta was also known as Anukampavan, meaning full of compassion. Which of the following dynasties was founded by Mayur Sarman? Correct answer is Kadamba dynasty. The Kadambas were an ancient royal family of Karnataka, India that ruled northern Karnataka and the Konkan from Banavasi in present-day Uttara Kannada district. Sakambhari near Ajmer is a place related to emergence of which of the following dynasties? Correct answer is Chauhanas. The Chahamanas or Shakambhari, colloquially known as Chauhans of Sambhar, were an Indian dynasty that ruled parts of present-day Rajasthan and its neighbouring areas between 7th and 12th century. The territory ruled by them was known as Sapadalaksha. Karakota dynasty was confined to which of the following areas? Correct answer is Kashmir. Karakota Empire was a Kashmiri dynasty that was a major power in the Indian subcontinent during 7th and 8th century. It was founded by Durlavardhan during the lifetime of Harshavardhan. The dynasty marked the rise of Kashmir as a power in northern India. That's all for today's quiz. Until the next video, goodbye.